a TC2000 seminar, and TC2000 is a system, a program where that it helps you find different stocks. So if you're looking for stocks that are bullish, it helps you find those stocks within the universe. So you put all these conditions and behaviors to what type of behavior that you're looking for, what the stock is actually doing. So I thought it was really good because we spend so much time trying to find stocks. And a lot of us, we're married to certain stocks, but I think a lot of us, we like to see if there are other opportunities, out there, for a really good stock to make a really good play on it. So this particular TC2000 sells two different types of their program. One is called the Gold. It's only $300, and
for the year.
For the year, yeah. The subscription fee is for the year. And the other one is the
Platinum.
The Platinum, and that is about
$900
for the year. And the difference between the two is that the Platinum will give you real-time quotes, but it's really more for day trading.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this one will definitely give you real-time quotes, not within the day.
No, in other words, it's delayed 15.
It's delayed 15
up
minutes.
to 15 minutes.
Up to 15 minutes, but a lot of times I'm in a weekly anyways, or a monthly position, so I'm not really trying to be a day trader, so to speak. So I thought this is really cool. So one of the things that I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about building a chart that's in the bullish trend with a 20-day moving average. And I'm also going to show you how to do a really simplistic chart on a bearish, with a bearish trend with a 20-day moving average. And Jermaine is going to take over. He's going to show you how to build out a chart using an indicator such as a Bollinger Band. So let me get started. So as you can see, and the other good thing is that people can share these subscription. So as you can see, I have my test tab here, Jermaine has his test tab here, because Jermaine is partnered on this subscription. And I only have I only have one more space left because Aristea is joining our subscription.
Yeah, and we are on the 150 level?
We're on the TC, gold level.
The gold, and how much is that?
That is $300 for the whole thing, but I'm only asking for $75.
All right.
People. So, all right. So let's get started. So I'm just going to build a chart. All right. Alright, so I'm going to choose a layout. So what I'm going to do is open the layout, and it gives you all these different starter layouts. And depending on how you like to look at your layouts, you could choose either one, but I like to be very simplistic. So I'm just going to start out with the TC Classic. And you can see with the TC Classic layout, you have your chart right here, right, with your stock. The symbols right here is grayed out, but it's there. And you have a watch list here. And you have people tweeting about different stocks in this area. So after that, this is the Classic. So I'm going to rename it right now.
That way I have more to say.
And I'm just going to call this bullish trend 20-day. Now, since
You might want to abbreviate it too.
Jermaine,
Oh, sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, since this is a shared, this is going to be a shared subscription, I definitely want to make sure that I put in my initials first. because you don't want all the tabs to get so complicated where it's like, oh, where was that tab I was working on? And then I see a bunch of other tabs that people have been working on, and it's just gonna get, you know, kind of crazy. So.
There's a limit on how many tabs are available?
No, I'm pretty sure that the tabs are just like, you can do as many tabs as you want, but I will look into that. But what I would do, I would probably export some of my material, my tabs, because I don't need to keep my tabs for like a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's only fair. Okay. So now this is my tab. So now what I'm going to do, so it has like, see, all this stuff is defaulted. So like the moving average, the 40-day, and the 200. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click this tab. And what I want to do, I want to edit this tab. And I want to change the period to 20 days. So now it's going to give me a 20-day moving average as opposed to the 40-day. See? And I'm going to add a 50-day as well. So,
Add indicator.
oh yeah.
Go up.
Oh, where is it? Okay, add indicator. And I'm going to look for my moving average, so I'm just going to type it in. And you can see it gives you all these different indicators, but like I said, I'm very simple, so I'm going to choose the simple. So this is the 20-day. Oops, I'm sorry. I need to change. Oh, this is the 50. Yeah, this is fine. So now what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm looking for stocks that are bullish. So what I'm going to do is go to price history, and I want to create a scan condition. So if I create a scan condition, I want to hit this down key, and it is going to be price history versus the moving average, 20. So I'm just going to click this button, and I'm going to hit crossing up moving average 20. So that's one of the conditions there. I'm going to keep this 20, this as daily, and name, I'm not going to give it a name or anything like that, but I'm just going to hit the scan in new window. So now it's thinking, and these are all of the stocks that are moving along that 20-day moving average that are bearish. That's bearish.
Click on the stock so you can see.
So if I move it down, I can click on each stock, and if I hit the space key, it goes down to the next stop, down to the next stop.
And if you notice, real quick, it gives you the Twitter feed of all the news that's happening with that stock.
What the traders are saying.
Huh? What
And you
other
can-
traders or with the market, you know,
Yes.
what people are saying. So it's something you have to now go to Twitter or some other news place to find the
Yeah.
events, stuff
It's
like
right
that.
there.
Right, it's right there. Now, with me,
Now, hold on.
Okay.
Now, I want to make another distinction between gold and platinum. If you had the platinum edition, it will even mark, or it will even place where the earnings is
right, the earnings, yeah.
coming out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
But since we don't have the platinum edition, we would have to place that ourselves.
right, yeah.
You can place it on there, on this chart with it
On
on
the
the
chart.
come out.
Yeah, if you have a plat, if you have a
Right.
platinum.
Oh, the platinum, it would automatically, you could set it to it, it automatically
So it's
does
just a
it.
matter of you placing it yourself or it automatically.
Right, but the gold, I think we can manually place it,
Mhm.
but it doesn't give us an automatic, but go ahead.
Okay, so with me, I like stocks that are like between 10, 20, maybe $30. So I'm not really going to be too much interested in a $65, $70, even $100 stock. So those are not going to interest me. So what I'm going to do, I am going to sort this chart where it's only going to give me the stocks between $10 and $20. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit edit within this chart here, add condition, go to my price, and see is between. I'm going to keep this as is, but if you hit the menu, you do greater than, less than, you could use all these other conditions. So the minimum is 10. The maximum is going to be 20 for me.
Hey guys.
Hi. So hit that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit scan again. Scanning. It gave me, it narrowed it down to 2 stocks that I can choose. And this is what, now I could, now that I'm finished with this, I want to, start doing my analysis.
Well, you're not quite finished. Because there's something else, like, in other words, go back to edit. Go take out that price history between $10 and $20. Okay. Now, go back to scared. Click on scared. Click on volume. Click again. Okay, well, in this case, it would meet our criteria, but there are certain stocks where if it's trading under a certain volume, you don't want to trade, like you want to eliminate stocks that trade under, say, 500,000 for the daily volume.
But there's a condition for volume too, so you could do a greater than volume.
Right, but show them how to do that on here. So how would you do that?
Okay, you go into edit,
Right,
you add the condition, you go to volume, you do greater than, and it's going to be 500,000.
500,000.
It would be greater than you want it greater than
At least,
500,000?
right, 500,000 or greater. In other words, you don't want to be trading stocks that are not liquid.
Exactly.
So I'm going to add it, so this is my price history. Oh no, this is the crossing of the 20 days. I'm going to have to add that price, that other.
Right, you would have to re-add it.
So in between 10 and 20.
Why did that one get blown away? Did you,
Because we just took it out.
oh, you took it out, okay.
Right, you took it.
Because he wanted to prove a point with the volume, like you want to choose stocks that are more liquid.
Gotcha.
And
So,
since it already met the volume, I just thought. Now, sorry, I'm sorry,
I was running this bus and you
I'm
were
sorry.
going to run the other bus,
But-
but go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, but how do you know that this is optionable? How do you know which one is optionable?
Well, I could just, there's another, you could do another behavior, just edit this,
Okay,
add condition,
okay.
and you want to choose optionable stocks. So let's scan that.
You can really narrow it down.
Well,
Yeah,
The
so
whole
you can narrow it
field
down.
between that, right?
So again, we still have our 2
Right.
after all that. So,
no, but there's a point that needs to be
I
made.
know, you're doing good, Jerry. I'm just kidding. So what you can do, so now that I'm ready to do my analysis, and of course you have to do your analysis. This is not a quick search for stocks and it's going to make you, like whatever position that you're going to do is going to make you loads of money. You still have to, know the industry, know what that industry is doing, what the market is doing, when their earnings are coming out. You still have to do all that analysis. So now I'm ready to move this out the way. So I'm just going to dock it over to the right side of this screen.
Hit escape and show them exactly how you did that again, how you got to that.
Does anyone want me to do that, or, because I'm going to actually build out
So-
another one.
Okay, great. Sorry.
So I'm going to dock it to my right-hand side, and here it is. And you can take this here, see this cursor, and you could just scroll it over if you want to, so that if you want to make your chart, a little bit bigger, you can do that, or you could, if you want to really make it, whatever size you want to, there you go. And you can see the 20-day moving average, look at this, and a bullish trend. And let's go to the next one, let's look at the next one.
That is the,
Again, the 20-day and the bullish trend. And that's how you do it. So does anyone want to, like, actually what I would like to do, I would like to offer, if anyone would like to try this, doing the bearish pattern. If anyone would like to sit here and do it. So you can get a feel of it.
Only David can do it.
David, would you like to?
No, that's all right. I have a question. Is this the same, so is this the same software as freestockcharts.com?
They're the makers of free stock charts. They're the makers of it.
So everything that you can do with free stock charts, you can do with this software?
Yes, but
You
you
can't
can't do
scan.
these scans and stuff with free
Right,
stock
I got you.
charts.
I just want to make sure that that you're showing stuff basically that everything we can do right now with the free
Yes,
one,
everything you
can
can do with
this.
free stock charts, you can do with this.
Right.
It's
Okay.
just that this here adds a lot more functions to it that you cannot get with free stock charts.
And what was the condition again? That what price? The price history moves above the 20-day moving average?
Right.
When?
Click on edit.
Like at what point? Like often? Like
20-day moving average.
at this moment in time? Price history crossing up.
I'll click on that price history crossing up above,
It's daily.
20-day period, 20 period.
What does that mean? 20 days in a row?
Yes.
Okay.
Consecutively.
Sean, maybe you could,
Matter of fact, even with this software,
since I came in late, you could just start from
No.
not the beginning, but like a
Well,
quick
actually,
run.
we're gonna do a bearish one.
matter of fact, this
Same thing.
software is so good, you could find stocks where the first quarter of every year, the stock goes up higher than the S&P. You can do it even for the second quarter of every year, third quarter of every year. This software is very dynamic. I mean, this is good. Sorry.
Jermaine, I'm gonna go get some water, and you can take over. Thank you. Everybody give it up for Jermaine.
Oh, sorry,
No. I'm gonna get you some
That's
water.
how I skip time.
Does anyone else want some water?
Here, here's my cup. Thank you.
I'll come with you.
Oh, no, stay for the
I
presentation.
bought some water.
Okay.
I just get excited with this.
Yeah, because you made a quick run through because I have.
No, we're gonna do a quick
I
run
can't
through.
say like from the very beginning, like where to start and where to look first. And
So I'm just going to close that layout.
This does Bollinger's too?
Huh?
Bollinger?
Yes. Okay. Let's say you wanna pick stocks that have excellent fundamentals, right? Well, how do you know it's Cisco? But let's just say you don't know Cisco.
yeah, sure, okay.
Let's just say you just want to get a start and just want to find stocks that have excellent fundamentals.
How would you do that, Jermaine?
Huh?
How would you do that?
Well, you just click on here for a new chart.
Wait, go back. I didn't see what you click.
Well, Sheldon went up here and clicked new and then
Okay.
thing. I just click here,
What's add layout?
add layout.
So they're calling the layout to the tab. That's like add a new tab, and then the very first thing you do is choose a layout for that tab.
Correct.
Or new chart.
Right, which will give you a new chart. Now we're going to say here, rename it fundamentals. Okay? Now, this here, let's see what this is. Okay. What I would do, well, first of all, let me change this moving average from 40 to 20. Keep it simple.
Where'd you click to change that?
Huh?
Would you click to change that moving average?
Just click on the actual thing that
Okay.
you want to change, and you click edit. And then click 20. Because the default they have is 20.
Why 20? Anything special with 20?
Usually, most people use a 20, a 50, and a 200-day moving average. That's the common one. So, just to keep it
Simple, okay.
simple. I'm even going to add a 50-day one. The way I would do that is I click Add Indicator.
Okay.
Then you're going to type moving average. Now, since the other ones, the 20 and the 200-day is simple, I'm going to just leave this as simple as well. And click on price history. Now that gives me the 50-day. Okay? Usually, to tell if they're a bullish stock, you want the 20-day to be above the 50 You want the 50-day to be above the 20.
Mr. Kim,
So again, you want
The
20
20
days
day
above the
to
50.
be above the 50. Like for instance, right here,
The red is above
the red line is the 20-day moving average. It's above the 50, okay? Which is above the 200. So that's a bullish trend,
I see blue, I see it, so, okay.
okay?
So you want it to kind of be lined up that way usually?
That's if you're looking for a bullish stock
Okay.
or a bullish play.
Blue, yellow, red?
Now,
I'm gonna let you drive it, Mayor. Chair.
sorry.
That's all right, don't be sorry, this is good.
Okay, so now I'm talking about fundamentals. So you want to find stocks that have excellent fundamentals. So here, what I will do is simply click on it. You can click on this arrow. Hold on, let me see something. Or you can click on watch list. One of the two.
Okay.
Which arrow
Huh? This little arrow here you can click on, which shows the NASDAQ 100 stocks, component stocks. Or you can click on watch list. I'm gonna click on watch list.
Okay.
Because depending how big your screen is, you might not even see the arrow. Now you're going to click on personal. No, not personal, easy scans. See, by clicking on easy scans, what's one of the selections we have?
You said personal, easy scan?
Easy scans.
Strong fundamentals is a good one.
Bingo! We're going to click on strong stocks that have strong fundamentals.
That's actually an indicator?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it's an actual indicator.
But what are the parameters of the?
We can go into that. Let me see.
Oh, and the other good thing that if you find a stock that you really like, you can actually take an image and export it and email it to people.
The image of the chart?
Yes.
And that's really cool too. Because
You
we're
can
always-
even export the data into Excel and all that stuff.
You might be able to export it in your crazy macros, yeah.
Okay, so here are stocks that, according to Warning, TC2000, based off the parameters they have, and we'll go into that.
What does it mean here, TC2000?
Huh?
What does it mean, the abbreviation TC?
Telechart. Yeah, Telechart 2000. See, this is perfect. Some of these stocks here have low volume. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to trade stocks that have under 500K of average volume. So what we do is just click on edit. Now, here is some of the parameters that they use.
Oh, I see.
Now, you can add to this. So you can add more fundamentals to these parameters. But this is the default parameters they use. Okay?
But it already has volume 90-day greater than 500,000. Is that?
So then why did it show under 500,000? That's weird.
All those conditions are added already?
Huh?
They're all added already, those conditions?
Those conditions, those are the default ones.
Oh, that are added.
Now you can add a condition. Like let's say you could do capitalization. Okay. See, these are all the conditions you can add. Earnings growth rate the last 5 years. Earnings as a percent of sales. Earnings, dividend yield. You see what I'm saying? So you can choose which net fixed assets, net profit margin, post-tax. So you see, you can add whatever condition you want, and then you just click scan. Once you put the parameters in, like let's say, which parameter would you like to add? Anybody know?
Does that have anything like book, price to book, or?
Price the book? Should be here.
Can you search for book?
Let's see.
Current book value per share. Okay, so that's all.
But now, if you want to,
Book per share.
if you want to add,
That's price to book though, right? No,
no.
that's just book to share, okay.
Right, now, if you want to add that, they have what's called PCF, which is personal criteria function. You can add that in, but you would have to now know how to program.
Customize it, yeah.
Customize it.
Yeah.
I haven't got to that yet. But we could add current book value per share. I'm gonna just leave it as okay. Then I'm gonna click scan. Let me do something. No, here's what I'm gonna do. Wait a minute, 500K. Why is this showing? This is kind of annoying. It's showing under 500K in value. Well,
Maybe
anyway,
that's,
Well, you can
it's
also
trade value
sort-
for the day. Maybe the trade value for the day is under.
maybe
the
that's
average
why,
of
because low
trades.
volatility today. That's
Yeah.
probably why. But the average through the 90 days is
Right.
over 500K. Maybe, I don't know. But okay, as we can see, so this just gives us some. Let me see, how many stocks did it find? It found 106. If I take out that current book value per share, let me see how much did it give us? 106, so same stocks, okay. Let me see, add condition. Oh, make certain they're optional. That would be important. Click scan. Oh, so all 106 is still optional.
QCOM, there goes my QCOM.
Which, Q-Job?
It went out, 65, 64.
Is NVIDIA in there?
NVIDIA?
Oh, no, because these are all bearish, they're all bearish, right? Or what,
No, not
or
necessarily.
I mean, bullish rather.
No, not necessarily.
These are just strong fundamentals.
Just strong fundamental. I haven't made it bullish or bearish.
All right, but NVIDIA doesn't, well, I don't know, maybe it
But
does
you
not.
can make it bullish, right?
Yes, I can. I can say, look for stocks that are bullish. Look for stocks that are bearish. I can do all of that.
Along with having the fundamentals?
Yes. All you gotta do is click edit, add condition. Then you will say price. Here, we're gonna say above moving average,
The 50-day,
20,
20-day?
okay? Click scan. Now it goes from 106 to 42. Selection. Let me just move this over here for now. Actually,
And if we wanted to click,
if I want to move that out the way, I just click on this to move window.
plus line,
Now I can determine where I want to put it. If I want, I'm going to put it here, so this way I can still maximize my chart, because I don't need that NASDAQ. So I don't need this.
So he just swapped it. He
Ooh.
just swapped the NASDAQ for the,
But I didn't want to do that. But it worked out fine. See? GLW. This might be a stock that next one, put optional too.
I trade coin here a while ago.
Huh?
Our group, first morning I trade coin, I traded, it's been up and down.
See?
Since
And
last-
then you could just go through the list of stocks.
is this helpful so far?
Yeah.
Like,
So here's my question. Jermaine, I rely on you having experience with like a wide array of different like tools and stuff. And you too, Sheldon, but I think Jermaine's no longer, right?
He's brilliant.
So you're, so you're, so
That's
you're,
off.
So am I right in assuming that from your experience, like this is a really solid piece of software, it's a really good tool,
Yes,
especially for $300 a year?
yeah. The whole thing is, what was the, I don't want to,
With the option Premium Express?
yes,
For,
your time is your most
oh,
valuable
yeah, your time is your most valuable
valuable
asset.
asset.
Yeah.
It's to cut time. You know how Lou likes to look for those stocks that fall right outside the Bollinger Band and they're supposed to signify a reversal?
Mm-hmm.
See, he would have a hard time finding stocks that consistently do that. That can be done right here with just a few clicks. And it gives you the whole list.
Wait, that'll let you filter on some condition on the Bollinger Band?
Yeah.
Let me see that.
And afterwards, you could do a scan for volatility.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can do anything.
let me just click here.
Throw your requests out there.
I'm gonna click TC2000 Classic. Now, I'm gonna get rid of the moving averages because I don't need it, because I'm gonna do Bollinger Bands.
You left click.
Left click and then remove. So I don't need the 200. I believe the
So
20.
everything's ready from the easy scan button, I guess.
Huh?
Everything already comes from that easy scan button?
Yeah, it's defaulted.
It's defaulted, right. I'm gonna leave the 20 day. Now, the first thing I wanna do, Blue loves his Bollinger Bands, so let's put Bollinger Bands. So the way I would do that, I would go to Add Indicator. Type in Bollinger Bands. And you would just click on the regular Bollinger Bands, because you see it gives me Bollinger Bands, percent B, Bollinger Band width. Right now, we're just gonna go with Bollinger Bands. And I'm gonna put it on the price history, so I want it to show on the prices. So that already gives me the Bollinger Band. Let me click the 3 months. I'm
Which
gonna,
Bollinger Band? It is a group of stocks?
no, Bollinger Bands? No. It acts as support and resistance. I'm using standard deviations.
Okay.
I'm going up. Right now, it's showing a high-low bar, the prices. I want to change it to candlestick. So I would just click on price history, edit, change it from high-low close bar to candlestick. You can even do multiple colors. Open versus close. Now I'll leave it as one color. Okay. See, now it changes it. Now this one just so happened to close outside the Bollinger Band, but there's some stocks that don't.
But this is just showing the Bollinger Band, it's not showing you some condition based on
Right.
the Bollinger Band.
But now, let's say we wanted to find stocks that met that criteria, that it'll close outside the Bollinger Band.
Okay.
So what you would do, excuse me, give me a second. So what I would say is, okay, I would click on price history, create scan condition.
Okay.
Anytime you want to change something for it to find something for you, always do a create scan condition. So you can click on that. So price, we're going to click on the greater than, see where it says price history versus Bollinger Band.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to click on the plus sign. Scroll all the way down. Now, if you're looking for it where it closed below, or if you're looking for something that's going to be bullish, crossing up above the channel bottom
Because it's coming from the bottom to the
to the top. Okay? Let's say I want something that's going to be bullish. So I'll just click up, crossing up from the channel bottom. Now, what I'm going to do, you could click scan in new window. Matter of fact, let me scan in new window for now.
But you can also add it to that existing.
I can add it to that
watch list.
existing thing, but for now, I'm going to just click scan in new window. So it's saying that 6 of them met my criteria. Notice it closed outside, boom,
That is on
See?
a bearish, bullish?
bullish.
Bullish. Man,
See? The ones that met that particular criteria. Now,
and are all of them optionable?
well,
I thought
now
we-
this one didn't really meet, in my opinion.
Because it's not really outside of it,
Yeah, it just barely.
barely.
Oh, wow.
What do you
Well,
click
let's
on
see
it?
if it's optionable. Click on edit, add condition, optionable. Because that is important. Then click on scan. It's the same six, so they're all optionable.
And you got to go into price history,
Price
and
history,
then you went to,
create scan condition. Then you click on this, the condition, then the Bollinger Band. Price history versus Bollinger Band.
And it said something about the crossing.
Right, right.
Right, I'm gonna change this though. Give me a second. Let me just look for optionable stocks. And this is, the list is from the S&P 500. So if you wanna change the list to the NASDAQ, you can do that. To the Dow, you can do that. Well, there's over 500 stocks that are optional in the watch list that are optional. Okay. So then now, again, add condition, price.
Add condition, okay.
So I'm gonna click on price. No, my bad. Hold on. Okay. Let's say I wanted to add find out out of this list, the Bollinger Band, the ones that fit our criteria. You click on price history here. Create scare condition. Greater than. Now let's say I want to look for stocks where it went above the Bollinger Band and now it's signaling a reversal.
Crossing down chain top.
Crossing down, channel top, yeah.
That crosses down channel top. And I'm gonna, this time I'm gonna add to an existing watch list or scan. Add to conditions. I'm gonna put.
And you
so-
can tell which, like if you want it, like if you want to add it to the left of the column or the right.
Or I could just put it as one of my conditions in this particular window,
Okay.
which is what I want to do. Okay, so now I got stocks that are optionable, price that trades between 0 and 100, price history crossing down Bollinger Band, the 20, and then I'm gonna click scan. Now 14 items in the watch list. Now let's see if they're good. In fact, you know what? Let me move this.
You could actually swap it out with that other.
Just tap here.
What are you swapping? Where are you swapping it to?
No, if I swap it, it takes this and move it here, and takes what I scanned and moved it over here.
Into that box corner?
Right. Now, if I put tab here, then it's gonna give me a separate tab.
If you hit one of the arrows, it's going to just go
Put it where
on top of it.
I want it. So I'm gonna put tab here. See,
Where was it now?
right here. See, I can choose either the 100 NASDAQ or, not one, oops. This
You have
one
to
here.
hit the arrow, yeah. Yeah, that one.
Wait a minute.
I think, did you name it? Because it's the new scan, I think.
Give me a second. Let me do it. Give me a second.
See that
Oh,
new
new
scan?
scan.
Yeah. Now I know why Lou goes, Jermaine! No, it's just an observation.
You do a good Lou, so.
Thank you. It took years.
Well, let's, oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, so this is all the stocks that meet that criteria. So then let's see. See, close it, well, went above it, then it closed back in, but that's not, and by the way, is this a bullish or bearish candle?
That looks bearish to me.
Why?
It's because the range is really big, but both the opening and the close are near the bottom.
Exactly, so that's.
That's a hammer,
No, that's
isn't
not.
it? It's a shooting star.
No, stop it. Call it a shooting star. Anyway, but David is right. That is a bearish candle, which means if I was a betting man, I'm playing the downside on this stock.
Ah, Suki.
But let's leave it here nor there.
Can you please send that chart to me? Thank you very much.
Can you explain what David said?
Okay, this last candle right here, too bad I don't have, I gotta get, I think that Rob has. The link.
According to, oh, that was funny. Well, you were here for that,
I
right?
was, yeah.
How's he
I
doing?
thought he was gonna
He's
walk
doing
up
good.
to the front. He went, oh.
Okay, this last candle,
Yes.
it opened down here.
And it closed up.
Hold on. It went all the way up here,
Yes.
but it closed just barely where it opened.
It's almost a doji, but not quite.
Almost.
How do you know it closed?
It opened up here,
Yes.
and it closed here, but before it closed here, it went all the way back up there.
I don't see that it closed here.
So,
I thought it
um,
stayed up there.
So
No.
that's, it went up it went up that last candle, does it mean it closed, it's an up day or a down day?
It's
Well,
it's an up day, but this is
It's
a
gonna be a
bearish
reversal.
type of reversal.
I would have thought the solid ones were up and the,
No, that's a down.
that's down, okay,
Those are down.
okay, sorry.
The way we have it set up.
But
you
we can
it.
change the colors.
You can
Oh, you
change it.
set it up that way?
Right. No,
Okay.
it's, no, it's defaulted,
The default, oh, okay,
but you can change it.
okay.
No. The squares are open. They're not solid.
See, this is today's price.
Yes.
And it went up 9 cents. But yet, if you look, it did more than 9 cents.
Okay.
But what it's saying is it did 9 cents from yesterday's close, today's open, to today's close. It only went up, or it closed 9 cents
But
above.
in between, it went higher.
It went higher,
Is that the 38? No,
And that means that it's bearish?
bearish. Because here's why. The bulls and bears are fighting. The bulls gained strength during the day, but what happened is the bears overtook them, and it closed all the way back down here. So that's a bearish.
Yeah, I see there it went only 9, but on the picture here, I don't know where it went, where it closed. I thought it closed up there.
No, hold on.
Maybe I don't know.
Hold on, let me just quickly do a 3 month. No, I don't want to do 3 month. See, if you click on the candle,
Yes.
it tells you what it did.
Okay. It opened 23, the high was 24, the low was 23, and then it went 23
The
to
day
6,
before.
a little bit more than where it opened.
Exactly. See?
And David saw all that, and I did it.
So that's
I've been reading this book, I didn't read it. Did I bring it? Ah, shoot. I bought a book.
What is this called?
Stock charting, I think it's called.
Stock charting?
Stock
So
charting.
the
I'll send you a
graph-
link to it. I'll send you an Amazon link to it.
Okay.
It's, yeah,
$75.
it's very concise.
And it helps you understand these
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah, because it like shows, it gives you like, oh, here's an example of, you know, whatever, shooting star, this and that, and then it tells you that it's what it's showing, and then it, just like Jermaine was just saying, and it tries to explain, okay, think of it this way, you know.
Oh, good.
So then now you can go through the list to see which stock you might want to play.
Actually, go back to that first one we talked about. I'm just curious what the volume was on that day. So the volume is a little on the low side.
Right. But usually it does millions of dollars. I mean, not millions of dollars, millions of, get out of here.
No, yeah, but I mean just relative to what's going on around it.
Right. The volume was light today. See, then you can just simply go through your list and see which one you would potentially like to trade. This is another good tradable one.
Yeah, the price is too high, 66.
Yeah.
Why don't you do between
Okay.
10 and 30?
Between 10 and 30?
Yes.
Okay, let's click on edit. Okay, tell me how I would do this.
So do it. So,
Anybody can tell me how I would do that?
What the prices?
Huh?
Add condition.
Thank you. Add condition, because what, let me,
Yes.
Aristotle wants us to search between stocks between 10 and 30. A la with Sheldon. Sheldon doesn't want to trade a stock over a certain price point. So add condition, price.
And now we say minimum and maximum, 10 and 30. And we establish that these are all optional.
Yes,
Okay.
that could scare.
Scan.
Only one? Wow.
Only one.
Same
That was a
one.
good one.
Which is that?
That's-
It's the
that's
same one we
good.
was looking at before.
That's the one we were looking at. That's the first one.
SWY.
That's a good, yeah. I might
Safeway.
have to-
Is that the grocery store? Yeah.
Okay.
That's Safeway.
So now,
Oh, it's the
so
same
now,
way.
if once you guys, run your analytics on this particular stock, then you would probably want to get into this position. So what type of position would you play on this?
Hold on, before you answer that question, notice how some traders have already tell you what they did with this stock.
That's two.
Pretty sure.
Smell something burning.
Wait, what is it? Oh,
Short.
So if you're hearing everybody going short, do you want to go long? So that's a clue. Now, Sheldon, what you were saying?
I was gonna say that now you can kind of like make a decision which strategy you'll use for this particular stock. I would probably buy some puts.
That's one thing you can do.
The buy checks.
What else can you do?
Yeah, I think it was that first
But the stock is bullish.
Hmm?
Stock is bullish.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's a bullish stock, but this is a bearish pattern. In other words, this is telling us that the bears is about to take
But
over.
it's gonna be a reversal.
A reversal is coming. It might take a day or two, but the reversal is coming. And then here's another thing that's a dead giveaway. When you see a lot of other traders are saying they're shorting it, ultimately the pressure, you can find out what the institutions are doing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where?
How?
Heading. Add condition. Something about institution. Let's see.
Percent shares held by institutions. Ah.
And insiders. But you might have to do a PCF, but to find out if they're buying or selling.
To find out if they're buying or selling it, right?
Selling shares. But yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see if, what it's going for. Like if we could open up an option chain.
So one question, so what I didn't see is you can't, filter by, like, the size of the premiums, high premiums.
High premiums.
Yeah, because in Ocean Express, their scan, their whatever they call
Right.
it, their screener was like,
Right. That, I don't know. I doubt you can do it that way, especially with the gold edition. I don't know if you'll be able to do it that way. But then again, you might be able to do that with the PCF, because they say you can pretty much create whatever you want with that.
and
You just gotta know how to program. PCF is, which is personal,
Is it like under file or is it under new?
or PCF?
Yeah, like if you were to, no, where is it? Yeah, there it is, condition, PCF.
PCF formula or indicator. So in this case, it would be a condition.
okay. Click on it, I'm just curious, what comes up? That's nice.
Then you would have to name it, and then you would have to do a test formula.
Uh-huh. And it's like Excel kind of thing?
Or what type of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
You can do
So-
it.
Yeah, you might be good with all this
Yeah.
stuff.
I would be happy to build.
But yeah, but you could, they say you can pretty much, if you, whatever it is, you can pretty much build whatever you want with this. It's just that they just giving you the standard stuff. But for most of us, that's more than sufficient.
And so the only difference between gold, or the biggest difference between gold and platinum is just the delay.
The delay, as well as,
The earnings that are not reported.
like, in other words, news and earnings event, it would automatically, you could get it to automatically show on there. You can't do that with the gold. So that means you would have to look it up and, like I said, earnings event, you could put like on your earnings or something like that. You could draw on it.
Delay by how much?
15, up to 15
Up
cents.
to 15 minutes.
Up to. Now, if you're trading a high liquid stock, it's almost as if it's real time. But if it's for those that are non-liquid, up to 15 minutes. So they say as long as you're trading liquid stocks, it's not a real issue.
Oh, so if you're trading a liquid stock, it's
It's as if it's real time.
Oh,
Exactly.
oh, all right, yeah, because I've been using the like 10-minute candles just for kicks, and I wouldn't be disappointed if those were delayed, but I really didn't know. So
Right.
they're not delayed on something that's liquid.
Right, they say as long as it's highly liquid, you don't have to worry about that. But now, if you're like, but they said you're a day trader, it has certain features for that.
Is it worth going to the training?
It's free,
Yeah, how often do you have
Yeah.
it?
Well,
Oh, every Tuesday night they have a
webinar,
webinar.
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
But
on
that's,
the software.
that's people who, for a free webinar, or just people who?
Free webinar, anybody can sign up. You don't have to be a member.
Where's
On the
website?
computer, they come on your computer.
And they have a lot of tutorials too.
Tutorials, all that stuff.
Which website do you can go to for that?
You gotta go to wardenbrothers.com. Here, matter of fact, I'll take you to the site now.
Every Tuesday?
It's isn't it W-O-R-D?
You're right.
Warden Brothers?
Warden.com. But they're Warden Brothers. They're based in North Carolina, Durham.
So Warden.
Matter of fact, they have also webinar archives, so if you want when you're home, you can go through,
Those are free as well?
those are all free.
Look, writing personal criteria.
See, this is where you would, this might be useful to you. Writing personal criteria formulas, PCFs. So they show you how to do it.
Oh, the webinars, oh, that's cool.
Right.
So the webinars are already archived.
Yeah, they're archival.
That's pretty good. So you kind of learn it before you have to buy it.
Yeah.
Well, I can miss, if you need a fourth, I don't mind being a fourth. What's the limitation in terms of, signing on at the same time? Is there something
No.
like that?
There's no
No limitation.
limitations for signing on.
Everybody can be on at the same time.
You can also set up your alerts and, have alerts sent to you. So there's no limitations on how many people are on the email account. But the other thing is that I'm